Gusto ko kayong i-refer dito sa nangyaring appeals chamber judgment noong 2023, July 18, 2023, kung saan dininig dito yung appeals judgment authorizing the prosecution to continue and further investigation sa ikinakaso kay Tatay Digong with regard to the drug war. So ito po, July 18, 2023, wherein nakita ninyo, ipapakilalang isa-isa yung mga representatives from the Philippines side. Remember, 2023 po ito. Kilalanin natin kung sino-sino yung mga to.
In and around the courtroom, the government of the Republic of the Philippines is represented today by Ambassador Eduardo Malaya.
Ulitin natin na the government of the Republic of the Philippines is represented today by, number one,
of the Republic of the Philippines is represented today by Ambassador Eduardo Malaya.
Eduardo Manalo. Sino? Tayo. Ayan. So, Eduardo Manalo. Sino ba yan? Okay, Eduardo Manalo. Ito po, Ambassador J. Eduardo Malaya. Manalo kasi iba kasi yung ano yun. Pero ito yon, yan. Ay inappoint ni Tatay Digong noong 2020. Ayan, the President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, has named Jose Eduardo Malaya to be the new ambassador in The Hague. Appointee po ito ni Tatay Digong. So, gusto ko lang i-take note muna natin bago tayo magpatuloy.
Jari Osias, Council Marisa.
Ito, Jari Osias, hindi ko mahanapan yan. Pero ito.
From the
ito.
Philippines Council, Jari Osias, Council Marisa Kapitangan.
Marisa Kapitangan. Okay. Sino ba yan si Marisa Kapitangan? Ayan. Ito. Attorney Marisa Kabatingan. Alam nyo naman kasi yung mga pronunciation nila, hindi, yung Duterte nga, Duterte. Excuse me. So ito, si Marisa Kabatingan ay Secretary at Vice Consul sa The Hague. Okay? So, ayan po. Kita natin, kasama niya dito si Eduardo Malaya. Ayan, si Marisa, si Eduardo, at yung presiding judge nitong July, ayan, siya ito. Ayan, siya yan. Ayan, ito. So, magkakasama sila sa The Hague. Ayan po, ayan. Next, sino pa yung pinakilala?
We're also fortunate to have Counsel Sarah Cruz from the Office of the Solicitor General in the Philippines.
What? Pakiulit mo nga.
Fortunate to have Counsel Sarah Cruz from the Office of the Solicitor General in the Philippines.
Oh, Sarah Cruz. Very alarming kasi kung titingnan ninyo, siya po, ayan, to po si Sarah May Cruz, Assistant Solicitor General. Sino po yung boss niya? Aba, si Minardo Guevara. Diba? So, for you to go to The Hague, ayan, si Sarah May Cruz, for you to go to The Hague and join this appeal to continue investigating about the Philippines, the situation in the Philippines, hindi ba kailangan mong magpaalam sa boss mo? Sino yung boss mo? Si Minardo Guevara. So ito po si Sarah Cruz, itong from the OSG. So ito po yung Philippine representatives ng gobyerno. Si Eduardo Malaya, si Sarah Cruz, si Marisa Kabatingan, ayan, Marisa Kabatingan, Jerry Osias. So basically, ito si Malaya na ito ay appointed ni Tatay Digong noong 2020 as the ambassador to The Hague. So okay, going back noong 2021, November 2021, etong si Malaya, the Philippine government through Ambassador to the Netherlands, Eduardo Malaya, filed a deferral request on November 10, saying the Philippine government hereby requests that the prosecutor defer to the Philippine government investigation and proceeding. Ibig pong sabihin yan, sa madaling salita, si Malaya, nung panahon ni Tatay Digong, ay nag-file siya ng request na, hey, stop nyo, i-pause ninyo, huwag nyong ituloy itong investigation. Pero nitong 2023, nandyan po siya. Ayan po siya. Oh. Nasa The Hague, dininig yung pagpapatuloy ng investigation ni Tatay Digong. Kasama pa niya ang OSG. Okay, 2023 ito. Ibig sabihin, itong OSG na si Sara May Cruz ay under ng OSG ni Minardo Guevara. At ito naman, si Marisa Cabatingan ay current Vice Consul sa the Netherlands. Di ba? Nakakatawa, di ba? So, a question. Ito, for example, OSG, bago ka pupunta dito, hindi ba kailangan ng approval sa trip mo, foreign trip mo, o anong gagawin mo doon? Hindi ka pwedeng basta pumunta dyan na walang approval ang boss mo. Diba? Sinong boss mo? Si Guevara. Ngayon si Guevara, hindi naman po pwede na mag-move siya na basta-basta siya lang. Kailangan din ng approval ni Guevara from his boss. Sinong boss niya? Kasi OSG is abogado ng gobyerno. So, sinong boss niya? O di si Marcos. So, the mere fact na nung July 18, 2023, itong hearing na ito, ibig sabihin, these delegates from the government, nakipag-cooperate sila sa ICC. So, yung mga sinasabi ni Marcos Jr. na no, hindi kami nakipag-cooperate, is a pure lie. Bakit nandito sila? It was Malaya who wrote ICC Prosecutor Karim Khan in November 2021, requesting to defer the investigation into the bloody drug war of then President Rodrigo Duterte. It was a clever move that took some by surprise, although deferment is an option under the Rome Statute. Ibig sabihin, kasama sa proseso yan. Pwede kang mag-defer. So, ibig sabihin, nasa gobyerno talaga pa rin ang huling decision kung makikipag-cooperate ka o hindi. The mere fact na si Malaya noong 2021 requested the ICC to defer investigation, ibig sabihin to stop investigation or pause investigation, ibig sabihin may say ang gobyerno natin. Nirespeto ng ICC, ng prosecutor, yung move ni Malaya noong 2021. Ang tanong, bakit nagpatuloy sa panahon ni Marcos Jr.? Kung titignan natin dito, noong 2021, nag-stop ang prosecution investigation. Bakit? Kasi nirespeto nila yung request ni Malaya. Siyempre si Malaya ay appointee ni Tatay Digong. So ibig sabihin, hindi mag-move si Malaya ng ganun kung hindi naman siya nagkaroon ng go signal kay Tatay Digong. So ngayon, Malaya under Marcos administration. Nakita natin, nandyan siya. Ang tanong, meron ding bang go signal ang Marcos Jr. dito? O, kayo nang sumagot. Ngayon, kung titignan natin yung warrant of arrest, the warrant of arrest currently classified as secret may be mentioned to states. Pwedeng banggitin sa states. Sino yung states? Pilipinas. International organizations. Sino yung international organizations? Pwede yung Interpol. Or competent persons. So, dito, sa warrant of arrest ni Tatay Digong, walang specific na Interpol dito. Ang sabi dito, yung warrant of arrest, pwedeng sabihin sa states. Kasi classified as secret, di ba? Pero pwedeng i-mention sa states. Ibig sabihin, Pilipinas. Sino yung Pilipinas? O di si Marcos, siya yung gobyerno eh. Or sa international organizations or Interpol, pwedeng ganon. Pero no specifics. Or competent persons. Hindi ko alam kung sinong competent persons na yan. Ang tanong, dahil laging idinadaan ni Marcos Jr. or sila na sila ay nakipag-cooperate hindi sa ICC kundi sa Interpol. Pero dito, mention to states. Ibig sabihin, hindi indicated or specified na sa Interpol talaga ang warrant of arrest. Kundi, pwedeng states, pwedeng international organization, pwedeng competent person. Diyan sila nabubuking. Another thing, okay, kung makikita ninyo sa Article 92 ng provisional arrest, kasi provisional arrest yan eh. Ayan o. Prepare for request for provisional arrest pursuant to Article 92 of the statute. So ano yung Article 92 of the statute na yan? Ayan po. Kaya nabanggit ni Torre, di ba? Anong sabi ni Torre? Meron silang reglementary procedure or time, parang ganon. So tinanong ni Senator Amy, ba't nagmamadali kayo? Kaya pala sila nagmamadali dahil dito. A person who is provisionally arrested may be released from custody if the requested state has not received the request for surrender and the documents supporting the request as specified in the Article 91 within the time limits. Okay? Within the time limits. So, ibig sabihin may expiry yung warrant of arrest. Kaya may time na sinusunod. Tumitingin si Torre sa oras kasi kung hindi nila magawa ito doon sa time limits nila, hindi ma-meet yung oras, pwedeng ma-release from custody. Okay, ulitin ko. A person who is provisionally arrested may be released from custody if hindi na-meet yung time limits specified. Booking sila dyan. Ano pa? Okay, sabi nila, kasi PTC. Hindi, sabi natin, saan yung Interpol? Hindi, PTC. Ang PTC po ay under ng DILG at ang DILG under ng President. So sabi nila, asan yung Interpol? Siyempre, ang mag-ano dyan, PCTC sabi nila. Pero tignan ninyo, ano yung operating guidelines ng PCTC? The PCTC shall adopt and cooperate in coordination with other concerned agencies such operating guidelines as may be necessary to implement this executive order subject to the approval of the President. PCTC, sabi nila di ba? Subject to the approval of the President. Ibig sabihin, inaprubahan lahat yan ng Presidente. Lahat yang nangyayari yan. Mula sa ICC, pinakita ko sa inyo. ICC, ito po, representatives ng gobyerno. Galing Pilipinas yung mga yan. Si Malaya, si Sara Cruz ng OSG. Ito na, Vice Consul, si Marisa Kabatingan. Pilipinas representative. Mula sa ICC, na nag-come up sila ng biglaang warrant of arrest noong March 7. After July 23, biglang nagkaroon ng warrant of arrest ng March 2025. And then, hinuli na siya ng March 11. Ganon kabilis kasi nakipag-cooperate ang gobyerno. Not Interpol, but ICC. Ang Interpol is just implementing police body. But originally, ang warrant of arrest came out because of the cooperation of the Philippine government to the ICC. Diba? Pinakita ko na sa inyo na okay, hindi tayo miyembro ng ICC. Pero kahit pala hindi tayo membro ng ICC, kung nakipag-cooperate ang gobyerno, pwede. Kahit anong i-deny ninyo, huling-huli kayo sa bibig. Kagaya ng sinabi mo dito.
And was that the plan from the very
Yes, from the
beginning?
very
What was
Was that a plan from the very beginning? Yes, from the very beginning.
who was really on top of this? Kayo ho ba? Because during the press conference of the president, it was you and the president.
Yes.
So ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat ng ito?
Hindi naman.
Ano sabi?
The president.
Yes.
Kayo ho ba? Because during the press conference of the president, it was you and the president.
Yes.
So ikaw ho ba nagplano ng lahat
It was you and the president. Oh, yes.
ng ito?
Hindi naman. It was a group effort. Secretary Chidoro was there. Secretary Anyong was there too. And the president and I. So,
The
hindi
president
naman.
and
Ako lang
I.
ang natira last man standing doon sa Malacanang.
Oh, siya lang daw napuyat. Diyan pa lang, huling-huli na kayo, Marcos.